I am very anti-suffering in silence. I suffer loudly. I'm very loud with my suffering. And you know what? I'm not suffering anymore. Hello. This will probably be my most personal video so far. Mental health and chronic illness are sort of inextricably intertwined. And I had a bit of a depressive episode this last month or two. I'm coming out of it now and I'm really grateful for how I handled it. And so I just wanted to share, I guess. Pretty personal to be sharing on the internet, but I just don't really care. I need to put my feet up here. Zuko, I'm sorry, you might have to move. Or just stay right there. Okay. Perfect. We're cooking with gas now, you guys. When I was first diagnosed for end of 2024, I had panic attacks, kind of a lot. But as I recovered from the initial shock of the diagnosis, those went away. And I really didn't experience a depressive episode due to my diagnosis. This November, however, November, December, which my therapist sister pointed out is the anniversary of my diagnosis. It's not uncommon for people to process big things on anniversaries. I had a panic attack, my first one in many months, and it sort of triggered a depressive episode, for lack of a better word. I'm not being flippant with that term. I have a psychiatrist who confirmed for me that that's what was happening, and a therapist who I work with closely, who I love. And yeah, my panic attacks were back. I stopped seeing my friends. I stopped wanting to do the things I love to do. It was very textbook, very black and white. And luckily, I was not quiet about it. The second my panic attack started, I texted my sister group chat. I said, I need a sissy. I need a sissy stat. And someone was like, I'm here, I'm ready. And so I called her immediately during the panic attack that kind of set off this whole thing. Making contact with another person right away as I was entering this crisis state was really important. And I think it set me up for being able to talk about it to the people that needed to know. I think when you're experiencing sort of any mental health crisis, don't be quiet about it. That is where the danger is. Don't suffer in silence. I am very anti-suffering in silence. I suffer loudly. I'm very loud with my suffering. And you know what? I'm not suffering anymore because I was so loud about it. So that's kind of how I entered into this thing. I was experiencing something I felt like I couldn't control, but I didn't internalize it. I told my sisters, I told my psychiatrist the next day. Obviously my husband was aware. I really sort of was all hands on deck. This is a wee you situation. And I'm really grateful for that because by sort of activating my resources that were available to me, I was able to get on an antidepressant that really changed the tides for me. Now it takes a while for that kind of thing to build up in your system. I sort of had to white knuckle this last month and a half, and I did, and I'm here and I'm feeling hopeful and supported. And I thought a lot about not sharing this, and I'm not sure why. I think there's an element of it's an awfully private thing to share on the internet, but my hope is that a channel geared towards living with a chronic illness will hopefully dissuade people from being unkind or judgmental. You never know. You never know. And I am sort of very prepared to just not read comments or whatever. But also the whole point of this channel is for people to not feel like they're living their experience totally in isolation and without someone who understands. Any big diagnosis, chronic or not, incurable or not, there's a mental health aspect, there's a mental weight. And I think it would be kind of Looney Tunes to not address that I'm experiencing that. I'm really thankful that I have a psychiatrist I trust. I know there's a lot of medical mistrust out there, and I get it. And I'm not here to tout a certain way to treat anything. This video is really just me documenting my experience so that if someone else is experiencing it, they don't feel so alone. Personally, I have found that healthy eating, eating right, and exercise and therapy can do so much to bolster mental health. But all of those things take a certain level of mental health to accomplish. So where I found myself was I wasn't going grocery shopping. I didn't want to get out of bed. And if I'm not grocery shopping or getting out of bed, I'm not exercising. I was seeing my therapist because she's virtual, which I so appreciate, but I just found myself in need of extra help. And that's when I talked to my psychiatrist about starting an antidepressant. This is a medication I've been on before, so I knew how I reacted. So there really wasn't like a trial period. We sort of knew where to go. I don't know if I'll be on it for a long time, but it's what I need right now, and I don't feel any shame about that, so I guess I don't know why I wouldn't share it on the internet. I'm really thankful for it. It's the reason I'm like in an outfit and not pajamas right now. And I saw my friends yesterday, and I saw my friends last weekend, and the haze is starting to clear, and I'm starting to see like rays of sun come through the clouds, and that's really important. My number one takeaway, something I did differently this time than in the past when I've had these types of feelings, was I immediately, I need help. I wasn't quiet about it. I wasn't quiet about it for 1 second. Now, did I tell everyone about it? No. But I told the people that needed to know, I got the help I needed, and I'm here today. So I feel really proud, if I may be so bold. Parkinson's is hard. I got a comment recently. It's my favorite comment I've ever had. I'm reading it right now. This person just says, on my most recent video, I have it too. It's and you know what, brother? You're right. You're right about that. It is. And it's important, though, not to let it be bigger than it is. Like illnesses or like catastrophic events, breakups, job losses, grief, like it can feel so big that you're crushed and you're like, this is it. Like I can't possibly move through these circumstances, but you can, and you will, but you won't do it by yourself. It's just important to remember that like depression and anxiety can be a part of Parkinson's, can be just a part of living with any chronic illness, and it's not a moral failure. It's not a weakness. You could think about it as like another aspect of the disease, just like a symptom. Like you wouldn't think a tremor in your hand is a moral failure, you know? If you can skip the part where you feel shame and move right to telling the people in your life that can help you that you need help, that's the move. That's the move in my opinion. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope it finds you well and rested and symptom managed to the best of your ability. And I hope it gives you a little bit of hope because Lord knows we need it.